Hey, what's happening, guys? I've used this device in the last, I don't know, couple of videos I've done over the last few weeks. And it is the Nano VNA, as you can see there. And it is a wonderful tool if you're doing anything RF related. And I realize a lot of you probably aren't radio hobbyists or deal in anything RF, so you might not know exactly what this tool can do. So I thought today we would talk just a little bit about what it can do. Now, when you first turn it on, you're greeted with this screen, and you're like, oh, holy cow, there's a lot of things going on here. I mean, the first most obvious thing is this purple thing. It looks like some sort of bad triangle wave moving across the screen. Well, that is a measurement doing a phase difference. And then you've got a green thing. It looks like it's doing the old Apple graphics from the 1980s. What was that called? Logo graphics or something like that? Turtle graphics. That's part of a Smith chart. Then you've got a yellow line over here. That's standing wave ratio. Then you've got this blue line here. That's insertion loss. There's all these different things going on here, and you're like, oh, I don't want to learn all that. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to. This is really simple to use in a couple of simple ways, and it can save you a ton of money. This is the original Nano VNA, and you can pick these up off of Amazon right now for probably 50 bucks, which means you can pick them up off AliExpress or Temu or Wish or Walmart.com for probably even less. Why am I telling you this? Because people spend way too much money on an antenna analyzer that can only do one thing, where this will do, well, it'll do four things at once, but it'll do a lot more than four things. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's jump over to the computer for a minute. Okay, guys, this is the website for DX Engineering, a ham radio, amateur radio retailer here in the United States. And let me just preface this little section here by saying I have nothing against DX Engineering. I've bought many radios from them over the years. I use them all the time. I've simply pulled up their website as an example of the prices. Okay, so I've sorted this price low to high. These are antenna analyzers. Now, this first one that we can see here, the Rig Expert 02, is just a bare board. You need to attach that to a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino or, something like that to make it work. But it actually is a good deal. But now we'll drop down here to the next one. This one right here. This is what a lot of guys I know have. The 335 Zoom, AA35. And I'm pretty sure that 35 means it goes up to 35, maybe just 35 megahertz, right? Let's find out. Yeah, from 0.06 to 35 megahertz for $314. Well, for $49, the Nano VNA goes to 1.5 gigahertz. Now, there are some of these rig experts that do that. They go to the gigahertz range. So let's go up there and have a look at one of them. So here is the highest end that goes up to 3 gigahertz, which is double the frequency of the Nano VNA, and it's $1,300. And really, all of these tools will do is give you one or two different measurements. Now, a few years ago, they were great. They were just the best thing that was out there. If we come down here and find the MFJ one, where is it? Right, that's the Comet. There it is. This used to be the one for $350. I mean, and this was a nice unit a few years ago. You can, put in your frequency down here, and it'll tell you, your SWR here, and it'll also give you a little digital readout here to show you the real and imaginary numbers. But, that's all they do. So let's get back over to the bench and look at the Nano VNA. All right, please pardon the snoring dog in the background. So first of all, let's make this a lot less scary. Now it comes with a little stylus, and it even comes with a little guitar type pick thing, which I use all the time when I'm not sitting at my bench. But for now, we'll just use a wooden barbecue skewer. You can use your finger. So let's go to the main menu. This is the main menu. This is the main menu. So we're just going to hit display trace, and we're going to turn off all these traces except trace 0. And it doesn't matter which one we turn off. It really doesn't matter. So now all we're looking at is an SWR curve, standing wave ratio. That is just a percentage measurement of the power reflected back that is sent out from the transmitter, reflected back from the antenna. We want it to be as low as possible. So this doesn't really give us too much information. Let's see if we can't help the screen here a little bit. And under display, we're going to bring in a scale and the dot grid and values. So now we have a scale here from the highest of 3 to the lowest of a perfect 1-to-1 ratio. And generally, as long as you're under 2-to-1, you're pretty good. Now then we have this thing up here, which is showing us a sweep time. We don't really want sweep time. That's under transform. So we're going to turn that off, because what we want to see is the frequency at which it happens. So now we're almost ready to measure whatever we want to measure. See how simple it is? There's just one more step. We need to calibrate this. You see, we have 2 ports, and this thing is good from what, like somewhere down below 50 kilohertz up to 1.5 gigahertz. That's a huge range. We don't need to see all that. So we're going to calibrate it to the range that we want, which is what, 146 to 148 megahertz, I think. Hang on. 144 to 148 megahertz. So to calibrate this, we're going to need a few tools, and don't worry, because they all come with it. So you're going to need the little SMA patch cable. That's the least important of them. I'm just going to remove these dust covers here from the end. Oops, and just to make it easier for you guys, I'm going to remove it from this little desktop stand that I printed. That is on printables, by the way. If you search Nano VNA H desk stand, I believe, you can find that there. And we're going to need these 3 little caps that I have wedged tightly into these little holes in the back of my stand so that I don't lose them. And now they won't want to come out. All right, I got them out. So there's 3 caps. Now I put paint on the tips of mine so I can just look and know instantly what they are. But they are an open. So if you look inside there, there's nothing there. There's no connection. Just open. And then we have a short. You see how there's a metallic insert in there? This is a complete short circuit. And then this one is a load. See how it has a white insulator in there? This is a 50 ohm load. So what we need to do is we need to tell the Nano VNA, let me show this light here, it'll be better for us. All right. We need to tell the Nano VNA, first of all, what frequencies that we want to watch out for, or what frequencies we want to characterize. So we need our menu, and we need to go to stimulus. Whoops. Start frequency. We're going to go 144 megahertz. Stop frequency, we'll go to 149. And that'll cover the entire range. So now we are going to calibrate it. So we go to calibrate, and we're going to start with our open. So we're only using port 1, which is the reflected port. If we wanted to measure output, we would be using these 2 ports, but we'll get into that at another time. So we're going to do it open, and then we just tap it. See the blue line go across the screen? Open is done. Now it wants to short. So we screw the short on, and we tell it that's what a short looks like. Then it wants to know what a load looks like. Finger tight is all you need. Now it wants to know what isolation looks like. That means there's nothing on either of the ports. So you leave them both open. And we tap isolation. And now it wants to know what a through measurement looks like. So that's what we use our little jumper cable here for. And yes, you do need to do this every time you take a measurement. So pain in the butt? Yeah. But this is how you get good measurements. See, now everything is calibrated. We have our SWR is at 1.036, our frequency, and if we scroll over, you can watch the little yellow arrow move, and it can change our frequency, and this will tell us our SWR at every frequency. Now that's something those rig experts and I believe the Comet Analyzer does as well. But the MFJ doesn't do that. And again, this is $49. So last week, I built a 2-meter ground plane antenna. And I've used it to reach a couple nets. I haven't checked it. I haven't trimmed it or anything. So we're going to see how it does. It is connected to the back of the VHF radio here, the Anytone. So let me unhook that, and we're going to have a look at it. All right, I put the Nano VNA back in the holder. Here is my VHF antenna line, and like I said, I use DX Engineering all the time. So we're going to see this together for the first time. So here is how my antenna works. At the low end, 144 megahertz, we're at 1.207. Beautiful. I think 145, 600 is one of my nets. There's 800. There's 600. 1.1. I mean, and we get clear down here to the end, you know, it gets even better. It's absolutely beautiful. So, like I said, there are a ton of other measurements that this device can do. While the Nano VNA is primarily just a tool for characterizing, which is just a fancy word for saying how it works, characterizing, you know, RF systems. But it can also, you know, be used to measure phase shift, which I guess that's RF too. You can create bode plots, you can measure losses in cables, you can do crosstalk shielding. It will even measure capacitors and resistors. Like one of those funky things that we saw earlier, we go back here, back, and go to display, trace, we'll go trace 1, we'll put trace 1 on, and we want trace 1 to be our Smith chart. So there is our Smith chart. That's an S21. We want an S11. Pardon me. Whoops. Back. Oh, I have to switch it. I have the wrong trace on, so let's go to display. Trace. We'll turn that one off. Trace 0. Trace 0 will be our Smith chart. There we go. So now we can look in here and we can see our actual resistance along with the imaginary part. And in the center of the Smith chart is 50 ohms. Below this line, your antenna is inductive, I believe, and above it is capacitive. This is a little bit beyond me. Like I've always said, RF is black magic. But if you know how to read a Smith chart, yeah, that's something else you can see. Other things we can measure include phase, delay, but really SWR. That's what you need to check out your antenna. And you don't need to spend between $350 and $1,300 to do it. You can do it for $50. Very efficiently and very well. All right, guys. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe. Big thanks to all the patrons. Big thanks to you guys for watching. Hey, if you're not yet a patron, please consider joining. The YouTube ain't paying us well these days, and Uncle Paulie's going to have to go look for a real job soon, probably. So if you can help out, really hope you do. All right, that's it. I'm out. Peace.